Zombies. Now there's a boatload of information on the net about zombie survival and what weapon to use. Personally, until recently, I was all for the M44 Mosin gun, but it only has a 5-round capacity and it's a bolt. Now I've revised my idea. I'm for the M44 if I'm in the Afghan countryside and there are walls and I have to pick off Taliban at 300 meters. Or if I have to jump over a wall and spear some poor misguided North Koreans whose AK is rusted shut. But I'm going to tell you a small secret. You don't need a high-power weapon to combat zombies. Here's the basic makeup. Okay, so your typical zombie will have a haunting dead expression, bits of flesh gone or falling off, blood everywhere. Be wearing whatever clothes it was last in, and moans. Wait a minute, is that a zombie or a raver? I'm sure there's a difference somewhere. Anyways, the critical part of killing zombies is always to sever the brainstem or destroy the brain. That in itself makes little sense to me since neural pathways should just rot away. How about this? You just sit around for a year and wait it out. All zombies rot beyond being able to move. Hey, easy. But okay, you didn't come here for easy solutions, so let's get back to the brain theory. In almost all zombie lore, you have to destroy the brain. Now you can do that in various ways. Cricket bat was one of my favorites. Car, golf club, high caliber rifle, shotgun. Wait. That's where I have to draw the line. High caliber rifle, yeah, if you're taking shots at 1,000 meters through a sniper scope. Shotgun only if you're making body shots on them. Shotgun is way too loud and messy. It does the job, but there's a lot of spray and ammo is heavy. Typically you'd only have 7 shots or less anyways. So here's the solution to the problem of zombies. Now here you see several popular calibers, and I have at one time shot all except the lip gloss, and I'll explain that in a second. From left to right you have the 22 LR long rifle, the 9mm Parabellum, or 9x19mm, or also known as the 9mm Luger, the 45 ACP automatic Colt pistol, 223 Remington, which is also known as the 5.56x45mm NATO, the classic 30-06, and your standard 12-gauge double-aught buck, and a tube of lip gloss for size comparisons. At one time or another, all have been raved about being the perfect anti-zombie caliber except the lip gloss, but by God you will look fantastic in it when you're blasting away at the oncoming horde. All of the rounds will get the job done. The 12 gauge has 9 pellets which are 32 caliber in diameter. That's throwing 9 round balls at a target that will decimate it if they hit. But it's very messy. The 30-06 is loud and a long distance cartridge. The 223 is nice, but it's also loud and medium range. The 45 and 9mm get the job done, but sometimes finding ammo is a pain in a survival situation. I will say though, after seeing what a 9mm carbine does to rabbits when hunting, I'd definitely use it if I had it. But my weapon of choice would be the 22 long rifle. Here are the simple reasons. 1. Any place that carries ammunition has a stock of 22s. Not all places carry the others in any significant quantity. 2. For roughly the same weight as a box of 50 223, you can carry 400 or so 22s. 3. They're relatively quiet. The sound is a high-pitched hiss, so it won't carry too far. Won't alarm zombies. 4. There are as many options of ammunition as there are undead out there. Frangible, which break up on contact. Tracers, phosphorus-coated, burns when fired. To round-nosed lead, copper-jacketed, hollow point, and many others. 5. Price. Cheapest ammo on the market generally. Bricks of 550 rounds usually sell for $15 to $25. Compare that to the 7.62x54R, which is used in the Mosin gun. For 450, it's roughly about $100. I won't even go into how much it is for surplus 30-06. 6. No recoil. There pretty much isn't any. It's like shooting a pellet gun. My M44 Mosin gun is like being smacked by a mule. This is a housefly colliding with your shoulder. The biggest reason, though, is the simplest. A 22 long rifle will destroy the brain. If you make a headshot, it will penetrate the skull and do a fair bit of damage. If it takes more than one shot to take a zombie down, then it's not a problem. You will probably have thousands of rounds available. Double tap and then move on. Okay, now that we've established that the 22 long rifle is a good zombie cartridge, now what? Well, you can't throw it at them. You need something to fire it in. A pistol? That's good if you're very close, but they tend to be inaccurate in a hurry. I've shot rabbits with a 22 pistol, and I was very lucky since they were on the dead run. I don't think I could duplicate those shots. So where does that leave us? Well, You could go with a bolt action, but you typically have a tube-fed magazine, and filling that one round at a time is a pain. Not to mention bolting when they are coming at you. The solution, and pretty much the only solution, is a very simple one. Ruger 1022 semi-automatic rifle. It typically costs from $150 to $250 depending on where you buy it, the condition it's in, and what comes standard with it. The one here has an extended magazine and a scope. It reminds me of a cross between an M14 and an M1 carbine. It fires the 22 long rifle quite well. Sometimes there are jamming issues like with mine. It's pretty beat up, but cleaning it out seems to clear it. The standard version of this rifle does not have a scope and comes with a box-like 10-round clip, hence its name, 1022. But this is one of the most modifiable rifles in existence. There are hundreds of options when dealing with the 1022 for customization. I'll show you some in a second. Accuracy is always an issue, and these rifles are decently accurate. 200 yards though is the max distance you ever really want to take a shot with one, and even then in hunting and anti-zombie, it's a long shot. Typical shots are from 100 yards and closer. Adding a scope greatly increases the accuracy. Now for some of your easiest customization options. Like I said, a scope helps, and you can put any scope on the gun. A good rule of thumb though is don't spend more than half the price of the gun on a scope. So limit it to around $100 or less. Me, I'd go with a $25 to $50 Walmart scope and it works just fine. Second is clips. I have a standard 10-round clip, an extended 30-round single stack, which means that the rounds stack one on top of the other in the clip, and until recently an extended 30-round double stack, which means that the rounds stack slightly to the side and on top so you can get twice as many rounds into the same amount of space. Unfortunately, that clip kept having jamming issues, and the spring was just not tight enough. So what do you do with the clip when it malfunctions? You take it out and you shoot it. It's really fun watching plastic blow apart. One advantage of a double stack clip though is that it's about half the length of the single stack, but it puts a lot of pressure on the spring, and as with mine it did jam. Other basic items are sling swivels so you can put on a sling and wear it on your shoulder, and a bipod, and perhaps a recoil/extension, and a flash suppressor. Now for the more fun options, there are real easy ones and then there are awesome ones. The easy ones are stock changes. Just getting a new stock makes your rifle look almost totally different. The second is a full conversion kit. The prices range from $100 to $1,000 and make it look like anything from a Tommy gun to an anti-aircraft machine gun. Tapco makes a stock set that's one of the best. This basically turns your standard looking 1022 into a tactical rifle. Law enforcement has used this set to train snipers and SWAT units on assault weapons. Personally, I like it because it has all the comforts and customization I could want except for one thing. There are no side rails to mount a flashlight or a laser on. There are only top and bottom rails. The bottom rail is long enough to mount a bipod and a laser on, so I guess it evens out. Tapco also did a genius thing by making the buttstock adjustable, same as an M4. 6 positions to fit any shooter. If you don't want to go a sniper version with a bipod and scope, then there's another option with the Tapco stock. You can get a forward hand grip and a red dot sight. But keep in mind, if zombies are around, batteries may be hard to come by. I prefer non-electronics. The forward grip will give you a pistol-like grip with both hands, and one of these babies with an extended mag is just brutal. Lastly, there's another addition that is in use by the Israeli Military Special Forces. There are several suppressed barrels made for the 1022. There is no such thing as a silencer. They are called suppressors. This takes the 22 long rifle round and makes it subsonic so you don't get a sonic boom when it goes off. This makes the weapon sound like a kitten sneezing when it's fired. Who doesn't love kittens? ISF soldiers are using one here on a training exercise. They are mainly used for closer range silent sniper kills right before the main squad moves on an objective to take out sentries, or to make crack shots and disable weapons or sensors. I recently saw one of these at a pawn shop. It had a custom laminated stock, an awesome scope, bipod, and suppressed barrel. $750 was the asking price. I could probably buy 3 or 4 1022s for that price. Stealth isn't cheap. So in conclusion, the Ruger 1022 is probably the best bet for the price. Ammo availability, accuracy, and ammo capacity. When the zombies are bearing down, I want something that has a lot of ammo capacity and can make headshots with all day long. That's definitely this gun. Not to mention, get some zombies and tracer rounds together with pools of gasoline? Oh yeah. Ruger 1022, America's premier anti-zombie weapon.